This is going to be the Stonecore as a Mistweaver monk. Another Cataclysm dungeon that I always found pretty cool. I like a lot of Cataclysm dungeons, and this is definitely one of the good ones. A mage beat me here and summoned a refreshment table already somehow. I wonder if I was replacing another... I don't know. Usually I have really short load times compared to other players, it seems. I usually get there first. And, like, refreshment table has a summon time on it. So yeah, I wonder if I came into a group in progress that just had, like, their healer drop as soon as I started here. I don't know. People do that sometimes. They choose a random dungeon, but they're not ready for a random dungeon. Anyway, yeah, so on normal this place isn't so bad. On heroic these groups are, like, real scary. Some of those will transform if left alone for long enough. Look at this paladin just running off before her business is finished. Alright, so we have that kind of behavior going on here. Sometimes fine, not something I really enjoy usually. Yeah, like, health's halfway down before she decides to stop and let me get in range to heal. Whoa, okay, I stood in a spin. That's fine. So Millhouse Manastorm is here, by the way. Remember him from the Arcatraz? He's back! And he's in this dungeon. Not on our side this time. Yeah, okay, there she goes, running off again. Okay, so we're gonna be dealing with this, huh? Running off, leaving a mess for everybody else to clean up. Or really for her to just clean up later, because... I don't know. I just don't see this as efficient. Also, one of my warriors is currently... my only warrior is currently disguised as a gnome. Well, she's gonna die. No? Okay, she did something to herself, and I also used revival. That worked. Millhouse runs away. Watch the upper left. He's doing something. Okay, nothing's really happening over there. That's fine. I guess the thing happens later. Oh man, she's all the way up there. Yeah, so entire wall collapses, knocking them off, so they're gone. Replaced by Corborus, first boss here. Chunk of beef, Mal'Ganis receives loot, Twilight documents. Yeah, so there's a quest item you're supposed to pick up there. It's very easy to miss, and I had forgotten about it, so I didn't get it. Corborus, okay, big stone wormy thing. Shoots crystals into a location, you know, move out of that location if you're being shot at. Is gonna burrow under the ground for a while, kind of like Anubarak does in Azjol Nerub. And just a bunch of little things will fight us for a while. There he goes. Don't stand in the smoke or he's gonna, like, come out of the ground at you. Not dealing, like, unhealable damage, but, you know, enough to be worth avoiding. Yeah, this is very reminiscent of that other fight with the big beetle. Quite similar. What's this effect that's going on me? There's a magic effect that was going on. It didn't have a particularly noticeable effect, but it was something. So right, after that opening hallway, we go into a little cave with a few of these dudes, and a lot of very avoidable things. These things earthquake, I think? Crystal Shard, I'm not actually sure what those do. So, Crystal Spawn Giants, summon Crystal Shards a little bit away from them. Earthquake, what's that do? Heavy damage to everybody nearby, got it. I see people mark the Crystal Shards with a skull icon, suggesting that they get killed very quickly. I'm not actually sure what happens if you don't kill them quick enough. Presumably they either, like, give the Crystal Spawn Giant some kind of buff, or deal a bunch of damage when they get where they're going. Whoa, something hurt me a lot. It was a quake. Okay, so from all the way back there, it either has a very long range on it or just infinite, which would be very long. Yep. People take very differing amounts of damage from it, though. The Retribution Paladin took almost nothing. I wonder why. Stonecore Flayers do a little, like, channeled cleave effect thing, so don't stand them in front of them while they're channeling Flay. They hold still when they do it, so you can just move away pretty easily. '87, Fury Warrior, okay. Didn't tell me anything about what he is when he's not a gnome. If that's what I was looking for. Alright, next boss, Slabhide. Has little things falling out of the sky event before getting to him. Don't stand under the shadows, or that will happen to you. Like a little miniature Pitasaron tunnel, but like not threatening at all. Nothing to fight there, just don't get rocked. That's gonna happen again during this encounter though. So lava erupts from the ground. Stones fall from the ceiling. And they're actually solid objects that block line of sight. So you gotta be careful about that. This arena that's nice and wide open now is gonna get very cluttered. Whoa, something hit me for a lot. I think there's a breath attack, which I'm totally standing in range of right now. I think it just went off for not much damage this time? Anyway, yeah, so all the rock pillars and lava spouts make it a little hard to find a comfortable place to stand here, where you're in line of sight of everybody and in range of the boss if you want to attack them, all that stuff. Not too bad, though. And the rocks go away after a while. I'm standing right where lava's going to come up. And I'm not moving. There it goes. It barely did anything to me. Okay. So that wasn't a problem. Slabhide takes off. I don't know what it means. Is refusing to die until he lands. Okay, well, that happened. Alright, cool. Man, I wish there were a way I could showcase these places on Heroic. This one is eligible for time walking, so that's a way that I can do that here. It's just, the mechanics are so much more interesting there. Yeah, you were trying to skip those flares, but it didn't work. Yeah, so time walking, this place, always a treat. A lot of people I see don't like it, but I sure do. Whoa, invaders have reached the Sanctum Halls. Okay, so Stonecore sentries, right, this is where they start showing up. They're non-elite enemies, so you can kill them in like 3 hits, but if you don't, then they'll go and alert everything around. Warrior wasn't happy with being seen. He's a tiny little gnome. Can barely see him at all. Right, gonna alert everything around and cause you a bad time. So those are often, like, mark targets. I'll usually put an icon on them so you know exactly where they are, because they wander around. There are 2 of them in the upper right now, one coming toward us. These groups here tend to be nasty enough that you really don't want to get more than 1 at a time. Paladin has brought the Stonecore Bruiser to us. Put the Guardian of Ancient Kings on herself. That's why she looks like that. Whoa. Right, so those ogres do a stomp thing, the Stonecore Bruiser. Pretty hefty damage, like just 1 of them with nobody else around is more than enough fight. Okay, got that sentry before she caused too much trouble. There's the stomp. Then he does it like 3 times in a row or something. Stomp. Okay, got that sentry. Just really gotta watch out. If you see invaders have breached the Sanctum Halls, you need to do something about it immediately. Here it comes. Invaders have breached the Sanctum Halls. Okay, somebody did something about it. Interrupted Stonecore Conjurer's Demon Portal. Yeah, so these guys will call in a little portal that'll bring a bunch of imps here. There are a lot of mechanics that are not showing up here because we have an aggressive interrupter with an add-on that tells everybody when they interrupted something, so that everybody else knows, hey, my interrupt's on cooldown now. You might want to use yours now if there's anything important to interrupt. So that is a handy thing to have, since the game doesn't tell you itself. Alright, so clearing a space right over here, this space where we're standing, is going to be used in a moment for that boss up there, Osric. Oh, Osric. He is kinda legendary. You'll see why shortly. One of these extra special bosses that has extra special mechanics that everybody dies to if they don't know what to do. And it had been a while since I had seen him, so I was a little worried here. It's like, how do you handle this again? So we got like two main abilities to worry about. I see people kind of running out of line of sight, so I'm sort of following suit. I'm standing awfully close to him. So he has a ground slam. There he goes. He did it. Yup. Okay, so Retribution Paladin died to ground slam. Protection Paladin took it but survived. So that's one down. Ground slam happening again. So that's a frontal cone attack. Mostly only of concern to the tank. Tank needs to run to the other side of him when it happens, and then back, and face him away from everyone else. Everybody else just needs to not be... Some people are dying to ground slam here. Huh. Yeah, just don't stand in front of him when that's happening. He hasn't done his other signature move yet. He's only down to about halfway. It's down to 3 of us now. Here's Shatter happening. Wait, it didn't hit me. Oh, I was far enough away? I thought you had to be farther away for Shatter. Okay. So yeah, for Ground Slam, run to the other side if you're in front. For Shatter, run far away. There's a little bit of a problem with the adventure guide for this boss. It lists Shatter as having a range of like 161 yards or something, which is way on the other side of this hallway. So I'm probably about 30 yards away right now. Like, the actual range is a lot less than it advertises. You just gotta be far enough away to not get... Okay, here comes Shatter. Oh! Wait, it has a... Oh, it shows its range. I fought this boss like 20 times, and this is the first time I've ever seen that little effect around him. Okay, so it's like 20 yards or so. I think that's about how far that is. Looks like there's a stacking to 5 bleed effect on her. Okay, it's gone, so that's why she's taking so much damage there. He is enraged.
Break yourselves upon my body. Feel the strength of the
what am I doing? I should be... Yeah, there we go. I was just standing there doing nothing for a moment. An additional mechanic is that he reflects spells. Oh yeah, I saw those coming back at that Arcane Mage. Oh, I was so sure I died during this fight. By the way, this is Reawaken. Resurrects the whole group at once, so you don't have to cast individually. Okay, I remembered having stood too close and died here. Maybe that was on a previous run here. Okay. So now I know Shatter actually has a visual tell for what its range is. Yeah, so if you're in Shatter range, you're going to die. It's... Maybe you'll survive with like 10% health if you have a lot of health and defense and stuff, but basically if you get Shattered, you're gonna die. And as I saw there, if you get Ground Slammed, you're also gonna die. So yeah, Osric is quite a killer. This particular paladin did the dance extremely well. She knew exactly what to do. Very enthusiastic and experienced, wants to go fast. and knows what to do. Has the skills to back up her desire for speed. So that's nice. Whoa, okay, you just got all of those. Okay, well, they all died. There's a bunch of followers of High Priestess Azil here, the final boss. Okay, there she is. I don't remember super clearly what she does. She shields herself at some point and throws some rocks. Summons some void zones on the ground you don't want to stand in like that. Get out of there. Other than that, pretty uninteresting. Yeah, so around halfway probably she's going to float up into the air. Okay, past halfway probably. So energy shield. She's a little out of range now and is blocking like 75% of damage on her right now, I think. So you kill the devout followers, and she'll come back down after throwing a few big boulders. And become vulnerable again. Someday. She's someone you can be transformed into with a transmorpher beacon. I recognize those voice clips from there. Whoa, a rock stayed around. That's interesting. Just spinning around there on the ground. I don't think that's supposed to happen. Okay, nice and smooth. Oh, she gave me a red winter hat because it's still Feast of Wintervale time. Alright then. Yeah, so I realized I never got the Twilight documents. You're supposed to pick those up, and then that chains onto a quest to kill her, but we just killed her, so guess I won't be completing that quest this time. Oops. So I'm going to run all the way back to get those. They're pretty much at the beginning of the dungeon, so I should have teleported out. But apparently I'm going to just run. There's a teleporter somewhere along the way here that takes me there a bit quicker. But it definitely would be quicker to just teleport with the dungeon menu. Somebody's putting something shiny on the map, but I'm not paying attention because I'm over here. Maybe somebody was trying to click the little dungeon finder eye and missed slightly and clicked on the map. That's why I heard the shiny noise. Yeah, this teleport's a bit of a distance back here. What I'm doing does not make a lot of sense, but I want to at least move the quest on to the next step, I guess. Anyway, yeah, so we can see where the documents are at least. Yeah, so that little thing coming up on the right is where the teleporter is, I think? No, I'm wrong. It's that shiny thing way up there. Anyway, yeah, so Stonecore, super cool. Everybody left now, so if I teleported out, I would just be out of the dungeon and not able to come back. Stonecore teleporter. So yeah, I guess that's kind of like a midway checkpoint. It's two-way, you can jump back into it, so if you kill Slab Hide and then wipe after that and go to the dungeon entrance, then you can come back through that. A very real concern since Osric is in here. Man, yeah, so this was not a great showcase of just how dead... Well, it kind of was. I mean, 2 people died in pretty short order. Oh, right, there's one of those archaeology things on the left here. Insert a keystone and get a temporary buff. I guess I'm gonna look at it. If you had a dwarf runestone, its originations could be brought to light. Am I going to do this? Why? Okay, so I think that was the point at which I finally understand what those are actually for. It gave me some experience, but yeah, cost a keystone, which are not the easiest things to get, and gave me a buff that only applies here. Followers and leaders. Slay High Priestess Azil and 101 devout followers. Right. So, gotta run this dungeon again to actually complete that, but anyway, that's where the quest item is. Right around where Millhouse Manastorm gets crushed. Anyway, Stonecore, cool place. Probably want to show it again on Heroic at some point, or Time Walking or whatever, because there's like a lot of stuff to see there that doesn't really show up here. Anyway, see you next time.